Ethereum could have a huge Q2 this year if this plays out, and is the zkSync Airdrop getting bigger? This is your Altcoin Buzz news. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody Buffington. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop our latest content. Follow us on Twitter at AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, this is not financial advice, and we wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Bitcoin starts a new week in volatile territory with news of an oil supply cut delivering a choppy start. A key event over the weekend, which is now upending macro conditions, is a decision to cut global oil output. OPEC Plus has announced voluntary cuts in oil production totaling 1.65 million barrels per day, and the impact was felt immediately with the US dollar rising alongside energy costs. While the OPEC Plus move took its toll on assets from Bitcoin to gold, a head of research for Gold Money argued that governments would have to inject liquidity to offset any energy price rises, thus once again boosting risk asset performance. Oil prices will likely rise back above $80, an unwelcome development by central banks attempting to fight inflation. Higher inflation would in turn increase the odds of central banks continuing to hike interest rates despite the ongoing banking crisis in the US and abroad. According to the latest estimates from CME Group's FedWatch tool, markets currently believe that the Federal Reserve will hike rates by another 25 basis points in May, having previously been more in favor of a pause. According to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, greed is what continues to characterize the overall mood, and as of April 3rd, greed measured to 63 out of 100, near its highest since Bitcoin's all-time highs in November 2021. My question to you guys is, what do you think will happen first? Bitcoin hits $90,000 or ETH hits $10,000? Let me know why in the comments down below. A proposal to fund the Arbitrum Foundation with 750 million Arb tokens, nearly $1 billion, raised controversy in the Arbitrum community over the weekend after the foundation announced that the vote was only to ratify a decision that had already been made. The conflict comes only a few days after the Layer 2 protocol airdropped its governance tokens. According to the AIP1 proposal on Arbitrum's DAO, the 750 million tokens will be used to cover special grants, reimbursing applicable service providers, and covering ongoing administrative and operational costs of the Arbitrum Foundation. Over 70% of tokens taking place in the vote had cast against the move at the time of writing. The foundation said in a forum post on April 2nd that AIP1 was a ratification, not a proposal. It added that some of the tokens were already sold for stablecoins. In other words, its billionaire budget and allocations would not be subject to an on-chain governance process. Nearly 50 million Arb tokens were moved on-chain in the past few days. The Arbitrum Foundation said 40 million tokens had been allocated as a loan to a sophisticated actor in the financial market space, aka a market maker, while 10 million tokens have been converted to fiat currency for operational costs. The Arbitrum Foundation said the symbolic first governance attempt failed due to communication problems and decisions that were clearly not articulated correctly, writing that one of the mistakes in the drafting of AIP1 was a failure to note at the outset that this proposal was intended as an act of ratification of the initial setup of both the Arbitrum DAO and the foundation that has been created to serve the DAO. The point of AIP1 was to inform the community of all the decisions that were already made in advance. Members of the community pointed out that Arbitrum's team had been dumping tokens that were initially informed to the community as locked tokens, claiming that all tokenomics pages show only user airdrops and DAO airdrop tokens as unlocked, with remaining tokens to unlock in March 2024. The Arb token dropped 20% on the news that it had been the Arbitrum Foundation that's been suppressing the price since launch. I'll be posting a dedicated, more in-depth video on Arbitrum soon after this video, so make sure you're subscribed to see if I'm buying, selling, or holding Arb. Ethereum's native token Ether eyes up a run towards $3,000 in Q2 2023 after wrapping the previous quarter with 55% gains. The price of Ether has more than doubled after bottoming out in June around $880, weathering a slew of negative events, including the collapse of FTX, interest rate increases, and stricter US regulations. In doing so, ETH has formed an ascending triangle confirmed by its rising trendline support and horizontal level resistance. The pattern suggests aggressive buying as lows get steadily higher while highs stay around the same level, indicative of higher selling pressure at the given level. As of April 2nd, ETH's price is testing its horizontal level resistance range at 1700 to 1800 for a potential breakout move. In other words, the bullish ETH price target is in the 3300 to the 3900 range, and this would suggest 80% gains by June. Conversely, a pullback from the $1,700 range risks delaying the upside setup and resulting in a broader price correction. Most Ethereum whales have been increasing their ETH accumulation in recent weeks according to sentiment. For instance, the supply of Ether held by addresses with 1,000 to 10,000 ETH balance, seen as blue on the chart, have grown by 0.5% in March. Similarly, the 1 million to 10 million ETH shown as brown and the 10 million to 100 million ETH balances have witnessed a 0.4% and a 0.5% rises respectively. The growth could be attributed to the network's proof-of-stake contracts directly or by using third-party stakers such as Lido. We also have the ETH Shanghai upgrade coming in 9 days on the 12th of April, which will begin the process of allowing stakers to withdraw. And while this may put short-term sell pressure on ETH, it is possible that this will incentivize more stakers since you could only deposit before. As of right now, only about 16% of all ETH is staked, compared to other chains with a much higher percentage. For example, Cardano has 71% staked, Solana has 70%, BNB has 85%, AVAX has 63%, Cosmos has 64%, and Polkadot has 50%. So there definitely is some room to increase the percentage of ETH staked, and this may be that opportunity, in which case there will become a smaller supply of circulating ETH, which could increase price. Combine that with all the layer 2s building on Ethereum, which drive value to ETH, such as Coinbase's Base, which won't have its own token, but use ETH instead. And lastly, after the ETH Shanghai upgrade, they'll also be releasing updates for Proto-Dank sharding, which will make ETH and layer 2s much cheaper and more scalable. Our partners at KyberSwap have just launched their ambassador program. As a KyberSwap ambassador, you'll be part of an exclusive community of like-minded individuals who share your passion for DeFi. You'll have the opportunity to connect with other ambassadors and the KyberSwap team, access to exclusive resources and training, the opportunity to participate in exclusive events, receive merchandise, KNC incentives, and more. KyberSwap is currently looking to fill 3 different roles. The first is community champions. If you're an avid KyberSwap user who loves sharing your experiences with others and helping others to solve their concerns, and you enjoy participating in community discussions and building a strong and useful community, you can join as a community champion. The second role is a technical advisor. Do you have a deep understanding of blockchain, DeFi, and crypto? Would you consider yourself a technical expert? If so, join as a technical advisor. And lastly, our brand advocates. Do you enjoy creating shareable content and sharing information with others on social and community platforms? Are you a content creator or thought leader who's passionate about spreading knowledge? If the answer is yes, then join as a brand advocate. Help them spread awareness about KyberSwap by creating digital content, disseminating news, and circulating product launches, campaigns, and more. You can find the link to apply in the description below. zkSync outperforms competitors in just 7 days of mainnet launch. Tanaka on Twitter writes a great thread on zkSync saying zkSync has shown promising growth and adoption during its first week since the mainnet launch. The network has garnered a total value locked of $105 million and has seen a significant increase in the number of unique wallets and bridge depositors. Its total value bridged and transaction count are higher compared to competitors such as Arbitrum, Optimism, and Starknet. zkSync has managed to attract over 773,000 bridge depositors within just 7 days of its mainnet launch compared to its competitors. This number is significantly higher. Arbitrum has 623,000 depositors, Optimism has 315,000, and Starknet has 267,000. This indicates that zkSync has successfully drawn more users to its platform in a shorter span of time. And the total value locked in zkSync stands at $105 million, which is a significant amount within just 1 week of launch. Furthermore, the daily inflow of funds into the platform dominates the outflow, indicating that users are actively participating and investing in zkSync. So although Arbitrum is a strong competitor, zkSync seems to have attracted more users and funds in its initial launch phase. Its higher TVL, increasing number of depositors, unique wallets, and transaction count indicate a strong potential for further growth and success. So while zkSync is looking pretty good for a big airdrop, the rapidly evolving landscape of the crypto industry may introduce new platforms and technologies that could challenge zkSync. That's it for Altcoin Buzz News Update. I'm your host, Cody Buffington. Thanks for watching.